The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guest do not reflect those of the host, the show, the management, and the network.
Hearts that listen, think, learn, and connect. Only here at DLC.
Good evening, no? Magandang gabi, maayong gabi sa atong mga viewers, sa lahat ng mga viewers who are in now. Okay, nandito na naman kami, no? Kami partner ngayon ni Coach Alex. Okay, so I hope no si Cubs Jerry makapasok. I just want to greet no lahat ng mga big brothers, lahat ng mga relatives namin, no? Lahat ng mga maglalag in ngayon and no, so welcome to our Monday, no? Hearts That Listen HR Stewards. Okay, Cubs Alex?
Yes, good evening everyone. Coach Chichoy, Coach Chichoy, good evening. And also to our incoming Coach Jerry, will be entering later on. And to all our viewers and to my family right now, who are is also with me listening live in our home.
Yeah.
So good evening to everyone and welcome once again to our session this evening, Top Life channel under the Hearts That Listen HR Stewards.
Okay, so yun no, batiin ko mga mga agila ngayon na nanonood no, mga kuya at ate ko sa Colsenas, Janjan, no, Sandy, mga anak si Gaby and Rafi. Okay, so congratulations sa mga ano natin no, mga big brothers na meron silang friendship game sa Santa Maria kanina Cubs and no, nanalo sila. Congratulations, no. They are having fun right now, no. Nag-enjoy
Yes.
sila and nandoon pa si Cubs Roy. Nakahabol.
Wow, congrats.
Okay,
Congratulations
congratulations.
also.
Yeah. Okay, sila Father Marvin, no? Father Momo, no? So they are the ones
Wow.
na leading doon. Okay, so Cubs Alex, ang ganda ng topic ngayon, no? The benefits of keeping the hybrid platform in learning and training activities. Okay? Sige, Cubs Alex, gusto kong itanong sa iyo una, ano bang ibig sabihin natin dito ng hybrid platform?
Okay, so itong hybrid platform, so may malaking kaibahan ito sa hybrid chicken. Ano ano bang mga klaseng hybrid doon? Because primarily hybrid platform is a mix of yung face-to-face at saka virtual sessions. No? Especially this can be observed not only in the schools, learning institution, but also in workplaces as well. Because right now, yun nga, as expected by most, sinasabi kasi parati nating marinig na, uy, mag-face-to-face na. So actually, no, when I did try to verify, it was not purely face-to-face kasi as declared early on by the DepEd or the CHED na we'll be going back face-to-face. And ito nga, so it's not totally, and we're still on the hybrid platform in the sense that the learning process from among the students or learners, they're still employing the hybrid platform in the sense that there are some days that the students or learners need to report, and some other days also that we will maintain the virtual learning process.
Mm-mm.
So yun na nga, no, yun na nga. Kasi as expected by most, even some parents are already considering now, balik eskwela na, face to face. So every day they have to report, students or learners have to report, but it's not that way. And I could see also that our country, especially in the context of Asian country, so actually what is being promoted, what is being promoted right now is the hybrid platform. Kasi even the time when I attended the Asian conference, Southeast Asian conference in Singapore, so all their languages are hybrid. Even when you start of the session transition now, so there was somehow a parang uh, false test from among the participants all over Southeast Asia. Then there was a question what we should prefer platform. So not only in the learning institution, but also in workplaces, especially reporting, training, and it's so sad to say that I was the only one who voted for, who chose for the face to face. Because that has been the program or the direction of the government. That later on, we could go back to normal by having this face to face. But the result was amazing because I think more than 95% chose the hybrid platform.
Mm.
That is why I was kind of laughing at myself. I think maybe my orientation and my observation biases also
Uh,
be aboriginal.
traditional. Yeah.
Then I was laughing because some of my colleagues say, you choose still
Mm-mm.
face to face. And some would say that, well, actually, hybrid is here to stay because there are several reasons. There are several benefits also that we'll be taking up few minutes from now.
Mm-mm. Gabs Alex, di ba, you came from Singapore, no? You attended a convention.
Yeah,
Align ba dito, Gabs Alex, tong hybrid, no, platform? How does it relate to dun sa
yeah,
convention na inatinan mo?
yeah. Actually, the convention is a mix, no? The convention was actually attended by several thousands. Only few of us were invited face to face. I was thinking that we're just only few of us were attending face to face, but it was really announced that I think more than half of the actual attendance were attending via virtual
Mm.
because as told by the organizer that no, you're not allowed. It's just that you're a special guest that being invited to participate via face to face. So that is why in the second day the platform was again changed to virtual because
Mm-hmm.
most of the presentations there. So they were actually speaking of the virtual, the here and now, as well as for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody could assure that there will be no more pandemic situation in the future. And
Yep.
we're not yet done with COVID, and there's another monkeypox,
Yeah.
monkeypox, and that is why for all establishments to sustain their business is to shield themselves from any untoward incident in the future. That's why they maintain this hybrid platform.
Okay,
So
sige.
that is
Cubs, can you siguro pagbigay tayo ng no mga benefits no as far as
yeah,
no as an HR no practitioner no as a executive in a company. Ano ba kaya yung nakita mo na na no? Kasi 'di ba I'm sure na kayo. You are
yeah,
running the no, you're driving the hybrid platform right now. So ano yung
yes, correct.
immediate na mo Cubs nakita ninyo?
So it, there was really a quite huge difference from the way we run our business, from the face-to-face really on a day-to-day basis as compared to the hybrid platform because First and foremost, you have lots of uh, cost savings in the company, cost savings from the business
Mm.
point of view. Because yeah, before we used to spend more on trainings, travels, but right now, so the pandemic has taught us that anything is possible without
Yeah.
being present to other continent or other places. And still, our business has been doing well despite the new platform. No,
Okay.
so that's the huge adjustment. And second to that, we realize also that using the hybrid platform, so you get to do a lot of things, no, other than we usually do. So there are several talents that came out of that platform, and
Mm.
you get also to learn new things out of that hybrid platform. And third, we also saw that well, in a business run by a traditional context, it seems that everything can be done face to face.
Mhm.
Uh, The pandemic has redirected us to a new concept that, well, there are several ways in fulfilling or achieving things without being present. And that
Yeah.
is the benefit of the hybrid, no? Lots
Mhm.
of savings, so more learnings, and also lots of initiatives that are very beneficial also to the business.
Mhm.
Although to some extent, there are some people who are stuck to the traditional practices, which I also understand because they uphold to this tradition that well, in order to learn well, we need to be face to face or to engage face to face because first and foremost, people are social beings. They cannot do away
Mhm.
that you learn from away from each other, being alone, facing the laptop or computer by yourself, would not make any good in terms of learning in that effort. But I understand them, and maybe later on we'll discuss why. Why? Because there are also some even during our discussions in Singapore, so a lot also were protesting. No? That is why there are some before at the height of the pandemic. So all people would really choose to be at their home, no, via work from home. But later on, it was considered that well, we cannot remain work from home. That is
Mhm.
why we had incidents like mass resignation in some countries,
Mhm.
which we observed, no, because they were very at ease of having that uh, platform working from home, no, because they saw also the benefit of that. However, some of the CEOs are looking into this reality that well, we cannot remain at home because first
Yeah.
and foremost, from where we were, so we need to see each other also at times. That is why there was a kind of compromise transition. Well, when I did try, even during my interaction with some participants from all over Southeast Asia, so they were
Mhm.
sharing to me. Actually, in a week, they required the staff or the people to report twice lang, not twice. And the other half of the working days would be spent via the work from home. So
Mhm.
that makes it a hybrid platform.
Mhm.
And most of them, no, most of them are doing that. And I also learned that some of the companies here in the Philippines are adapting to that direction
Yeah,
because
mayroon akong ano, Kabs, may company ako nakausap, ano sila, every Friday, Cabs, they are ano, work from home kasi to save, no? To
yeah,
save
that
doon ano. Oo, yun yung ano, I just talked, kausap ko sila Saturday. Okay, so yeah, pina-practice na Cabs, pina-practice na
yes.
yung ano, mga hybrid.
Kasi yun nga, no, no one can assure that will not be facing any more pandemic in the
Yeah.
years to come. And that is why, in order for us to be freed from that fear, from that
Mm.
anxiety, I think we must prepare ourselves for any situation. And
Yeah.
hybrids is the way to that, answering that concern. So,
Mm-mm.
it's part of the system, it's been institutionalized. At talaga, we are, the here and now, and the here is more on the hybrid platform.
Okay.
That's it lang.
Yan ang mga benefits, Cubs. Ano kaya nakita mo rin na mga downside?
Yeah,
Downside naman sa sa hybrid
yeah.
platform.
Yeah, before coming to the hybrid, so the most of the preferences are going toward the work from home, and that is understandable from where we're coming from. From the pandemic, where the only way to save our lives is to be isolated, to
Mm.
avoid interaction. So the downside of that this hybrid also is it's going to disrupt the normal ways of people. It's like being parang taken away from the principle that man is a social being.
Mm-mm.
Social being. So there is a huge difference also that when you interact face to face from virtual, iba talaga, no? Iba talaga. So not
Mm-mm.
personalized, yung sabi nila it's not personalized, then it's really totally different when you interact person to person. So yung
Yeah.
nakita nila, it lacks personal touch. No, it is going away from the normal working relations and communications of what between and among persons. So
Mm-mm.
yun ang kita nila na parang I think the extreme understanding of this is so parang robot na tayo, no? You're made a robot
Mm-mm.
because it would only take technology to connect us. And what
Mm-mm.
is the difference of that compared to the robot? When the robots are being functioned by technology. No, that's why a lot would still protest. And I could understand also na because not all in our organization is agreeable or agreeable to that. No? They really want, some would really insist that everyone must report. Everyone must report. And that is why, in order to see also the benefit and going into the further assessment of what we experienced in the past 2 years and until this time. So the concept of hybrid came about. So that's the thing that they would see as the downside of that the hybrid. Then again, another concept also is not all people can be trusted because it really happened. Then during the work from home, when everyone those working from home was expected to really work from home, so they
Yeah.
took that opportunity as going somewhere, doing business, and it really parang going away with the intent of the working from home.
Mm-mm.
That's the bias because actually when it was really a kind of enlightening, no, during the Singapore experience that well to be able to achieve a good and sustainable hybrid working platform is first and foremost there's a foundation of trust and confidence
Mm-hmm.
from among the people. Because without that, hybrid platform could become a vulnerable platform.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many inputs on how to enhance uh, trust from among the workforce. Because without the trust, hybrid platform cannot exist.
Yeah.
So
Caps Alex,
there's
question. In relation kasi sa sa hybrid platform, mayroon ba kayong mayroon ba kayong mga policy na being recalibrated, no?
yes,
Or
yes,
may
no,
binago kayong mga policy kasi I understand, no, iba ang engagement eh. Mayroon ba aligned with yung hybrid platform?
yeah.
May
So
policy ka?
yeah, I should say that our policy right now is being in progress, no, because we still have to complete a lot of things. Plus also the idea that some people would not also be agreeable because of the bad
Mm.
experiences. Not all would really adhere
Mm.
to the intent of
Tinanong ko yan, Cubs Lex. Tinanong ko yan, Cubs, kasi halimbawa, di ba, sa actual kasi, face to face, di ba, may late eh. late ka, di ba?
Yes.
Halimbawa, 5 minutes. Ngayon sa virtual, di ba? Pwede ka kasing mag-on kahit na sabihin mo lang, di ba? Kahit na
Yeah.
may trabaho ka pa ay, di ba? So parang ganun lang. So just I'm pointing out the policy.
Yeah, actually, that was the concern from Ford. But however, our IT was able to address that. So it would be based on the time that you will be logged in. You'll be logging
Mm.
in, no? On the in the computer, no? Aside from that, there are also times that reporting or submitting of reports virtually are also required, no? Then when you want to take a leave, there are certain steps also how to do that
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't mean that when you're at home, so you're not gonna allowed to take leave of absence. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that way. So it's still the normal, the previous policies are still applicable. So even when
Okay.
you're working at home, so
Mm.
it's going to be like that. Cause although there are several things that we need to polish because no, the major issue here is how do you assure the trust concerns, no? Whenever you're at home, no, whenever you're at home, because it's not a perfect experience when it's work from home platform because there are several things that we really fail to address, no? Because we assume
Yeah.
that everyone can be trusted.
Yeah,
And
tama. So
only to
in
find
real as an HR Cavs practitioner and you have your team, 'di ba? So wala pa kayong para bang tinawag ang attention regarding using the hybrid platform. Wala pa
there are
kayong
several things. Well, there are warnings given. There
Oh,
are warnings
okay.
given because well, the easiest excuse was, "Oh, I'm sorry, I had no network." That's the usual
Mm.
excuse. Oh, my signal here is not good. Let's try to do not attend. Even meetings, even our value session. Although some would insist that it's really hard to conduct value session virtual, but we get used to that in the past 2 years, and we
Mm.
still found that very effective, no? And it was fruitful despite that virtual platform. So that is
Mm.
why even there are jokes now. If you want to conduct a meeting without snacks, consider it virtual. So never call a meeting without snacks, otherwise call for a virtual.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's a joke actually, because
Mm.
to some extent we could save so many things via virtual. But well, others would insist that it's really hard to share personal experience via virtual compared to being present
Mhm.
others. However, so ganun na mga record. So the easiest thing to create, my signal is not good. I have some problems with the network. And you know that you will be attending a virtual, then why could you not look in advance for a better position where
Mhm.
the network is accessible? So,
Mhm.
you need to explain also. So that is why for some that really find it difficult to monitor, would really prefer the face-to-face. But as
Mhm.
you could see around, cases are going back, although slowly, but steadily, the presence of the virus is still around. It's still around, and we have some few cases again. But the
Mhm.
good thing here is it's not that severe, no. So most of the cases are now without symptoms, symptomatic. So that's the good thing. And because hybrid platform is really addressing towards that direction to keep everyone safe and to be free from the vulnerability of the virus.
Yeah, agree, no? Agree, no? Yeah, hybrid, meaning to say, no? It's a blended, no? Blended,
Yes, sir.
approach, di ba? Oo, may mga panahon talaga na, face to face, but meron din panahon na, lang tayo using the virtual, reality. But again, I think Cubs dito very important talaga yung, ako rin pareho tayo Cubs. I'm more on the traditional, di ba? We
Yes.
linger on the face to face kasi, but we really have to change our mindset here, no, that there's a new platform called hybrid platform, no, that we can still be effective, and instead of finding mga it will not work. We have to find ways on how will this work, right?
Yeah.
Di ba, Kabs? Oo, dapat yun ang nakatilt doon yung ano natin, focus natin that well, this is the way to go. So dapat no naka-align tayo doon, no? Naka-align tayo doon because yun na nga sinabi mo na no, it works for your company, di ba?
Yeah.
It works for your company.
Yeah,
So effective siya.
yes, Kal. So later also now we'll be able to see also that how this hybrid platform evolve, no? Evolve because
Yes.
I'm still monitoring some other companies of similar industries and even other companies that not which are not agriculture in nature because they have really good practices on how to maintain the closeness, the sense of
Mm-mm.
belongingness despite the hybrid platform. And it was really amazing to learn, no?
Kasi
To learn.
later comes pag kasi magbe-break tayo later. Gusto kong i-ano mo, i-connect mo to sa employee experience.
Yes, Kat.
Di ba? O,
Actually,
kasi, di ba?
actually, Kat, I'm leading to that direction for the
Yeah,
next.
yun guys. Sabi ko, pag ano natin, next natin
Yeah.
mamaya, I want you to connect kasi ikaw yung
Yeah.
authority eh. Di ba? I-connect
Yeah.
natin yung employee experience kasi the same pa ba rin, no? Kasi
Yeah.
yun na nga eh, di ba? Yung sinasabi natin na ano the connection, no? Baka
Yeah.
nawala sa hybrid. Mm,
Before this hybrid platform
mm,
has
mm.
evolved, that
Oo.
was really the major challenge. How would you ensure or enhance employee experience, and how would you promote engagement in the absence of
Yeah.
person-to-person communication interaction? And that was
Mm.
really difficult at first, but right now I could see so many things evolving also while at hybrid platform. Because
Yeah.
I just
Well, in
shared this
fact, Kamsa,
morning.
di ba, I went to Boracay, nagbigay ako ng
Mm.
leadership retreat, right? Sa mga CEO, managers ng mga ano no. I was there for 3 days and I just went back no this Friday and marami ako nakausap na ano comes mga cooperatives, di ba? So marami silang
Yeah,
members and right on the dot comes yung sinabi mo, they are using the hybrid platform sa GA nila. And you know,
yeah,
Kap,
yeah.
happy sila kasi ang attendance maaga.
Yeah.
Hybrid eh. May
Nice.
mga grupo na face to face, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero mayroong mga
Yes.
nagkaano. Oo,
Wow.
more than quorum, sobra ka, sobra. Oh,
Di
kaya
ba?
nga sabi ko, di ba? Oh, so nagbago yung mindset nila talaga na this is effective. Sabi nila mas okay pa nga eh. Di ba? Mas okay daw doon sa ano nila, usual na ano
Yes.
kasi marami nga minsan hindi makapunta, di ba? For some reason but they're monitoring, di ba? So
Yes.
counted sila.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Kaya positive yung
Balik.
sinabi mo, Kapti. Before tayo break up shoutouts, balikan natin. Shout out muna kay Doc Arwin, no? Doc Arwin
Wow.
Sirano, good evening, Doc, sabi niya. And si Coach
Hi, Doc.
Loretta,
Sorry.
good evening, Coach Loretta. And siyempre,
Good
Kabs,
evening.
ikaw lang mag-shout out nito, kababayan mo to. Si PJ.
Wow.
PJ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kaustodian, good evening. Thanks for viewing with us.
Yeah. Sige, thank you, Kabs, ha. Thank you, Kabs PJ. Okay, so, break muna tayo, no? Kabs, then pagbalik natin, gusto ko i-connect mo
Okay.
yung employee experience. Okay?
Yes, Kap.
David's Faith Insulin Plant Wine is made from insulin plant extract with infusion of healthy fruit sourced from certified organic farms such as Guyabano, Dragon Fruit, and Bignay. Powerful mixture now offers wonderful health benefits. The first all-natural insulin wine helps lower blood sugar. Insulin plant wine, organic, natural, ligtas at epektibong pampababa ng blood sugar. All-natural, FDA approved. Award-winning product. For your inquiries, orders, message Talk Life Channel's FB page. Call or text 0917-887-3227.
Hey, we're back, no? Shout out kay Cubs Dino Guzman, no? Sabi niya, maayong gabi mga Cubs. Thank you, Cubs. No? Very faithful na mo
Yeah,
ano,
yes, Cubs.
nanonood
Thank you
sa atin.
for
Cubs, validate lang kasi may FB request ka sa akin. I-friends naman tayo, baka mayroong gumamit sa ano mo, sa FB account mo. Diba? Okay, Cubs.
yeah.
So, Cubs Alex, no? Kanina nag-post tayo no regarding tawag nito, ang question is how can the hybrid
Employee
platform relate
experience. Yeah.
to yung sinasabi natin na employee experience?
Okay, sige, ganito yung Cubs, no? So, actually, yun ang, it emanated from the concern that, how could you promote the employee experience, good employee experience, and even engagement, no? Having that hybrid platform. Kasi yun nga, ang duda ng iba, no, lots of leaders also, or even stewards that doubted that it's really impossible because when you want to achieve that, you really need to have a face-to-face engagement talaga, no? As experience na in the past, in the tradition, no? However, so yun nga, no, the hybrid platform is a must, especially in protecting no, every business entity no, for whatever recurrence of pandemic in the future. Now, ganito yon. Now, this hybrid platform, as in contrast to the speculation of others, so the opportunity for employee experience can still be enhanced. No? Kasi, as I said, it will be a mixed interaction. Then, in some other days that they would be performing work from home, and in another days also, so they would be reporting. However, there are so many adjustments to make, and
Mm-hmm.
there are several initiatives that can be done. No, one
Mm-hmm.
of these is it's really struck me most no during the presentation because as their employees get to report physically, yun na Kabs, iba na yung dating doon when they enter the office. And you know why? We used to have cubicles, right, Cabs? So have you
Yes.
experienced yourself, no, na naka-cubicle ka?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. However, Cabs, in this hybrid platform, iba na yung pinopromote doon. It's a kind of a mixture of home and office or office
Mm-hmm.
home environment. You know how? Ganito yung Gabs. I was surprised when people were asked to report. Upon reporting, wala na ang kanilang cubicle. Why? So, reformat yung office arrangements nila,
Okay.
and they were asked to sit face to face with one another with their laptops. And aside from
Okay.
that, aside from that, alongside in their offices, so meron mga coffee shop, meron doong mga dart areas. Kasi yung pinapopromote nila under hybrid kasi na still the tears for the desire to have a face-to-face interaction will still be addressed. However, it evolves differently on a positive manner, no? Kasi
Mm.
pagdating na doon, uy, kumustahan pa rin kasi over the years where everyone
Yeah,
was
so nawala yung barrier. Kasi cubicle is
wala
a barrier, right?
yes, Cabs. Then after that, after a day or two, so again they go back to their home, no, as again doing the work from home. So yun ang kuan Cabs, yun ang isang challenge na many authorities would claim that still the employee experience is still being enhanced. The engagement is still doing good because well they still address that social being a need na to interact. So andun pa rin siya. Now, ganito lang din, so some adjustments also that being implemented to enhance employee experiences, yun na nga, no? They see to it that the mental well-being of each individual is being addressed. Yun nga.
Mm-mm.
Kasi sabi nila, according to some authorities, na when you came from a pandemic, so a lot of worries, anxieties. And because of that, many organizations from start of 2022 were conducting social activities, team building,
Yeah.
mga games, yeah, mga games cards in order to enhance that mental well-being of each individual kasi most of the companies right now are very much concerned about mental well-being, as we all came from the pandemic being isolated. So, yun na, Kad. So, ina-address yun. And it's not that the activities are done physically, but there are several ways that they conduct their social activities
Mm-mm.
via virtual. But still,
Yeah.
it's very, very interactive, and they're promoting joy, camaraderie, despite
Yeah.
being virtual. And that is why many would claim, no, we don't have the problem of employee experience because it is still being addressed. Our
Yeah.
initiatives, our activities are still leading towards the achievement of that. So yun na, Kab. So it's just really
Yeah, tama ka.
surprising,
Pero
no?
nga sila yung wife ko, no, meron din sila mga ano, Friday, ano, para bang
Yes, sir.
videoke, mga ganun, di ba?
Yeah.
So, they
Actually,
are
Kabs,
doing, mm,
actually, Kabs, no, I was confronted last month. No, some of the managers in the farm were asking me, are we now allowed to have our group activities
mm,
in face to face?
mm,
You know what? You know my answer. It really made them happy. Na ito. We badly need that. We badly need those activities right
yeah,
now. We were so happy, and I think, and the joy that was lost, that was cut
yeah.
during the first 2 years were slowly by slowly, no? Binabalik siya.
Mm.
Kasi yung,
Cubs,
yung enthusiasm, yun ang nawawala kasi, Cubs.
yeah, Inside Cubs, di ba, pinopromote natin no na trabaho, trabaho, pamilya, pamilya, work, work, home, home. Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi work-life balance eh. How does that connect right now, Cubs, na ngayon, di ba, work from home, di ba, dinadala na yung trabaho sa bahay. O,
Yeah.
paano natin may strike yung balance kaya, Cubs?
So, yun nga, Cubs, no? Pagbalik, no, when the
Mm.
hybrid platform was mostly implemented by most companies, not only in Southeast Asia, but in the world, so, yun talaga ang pinupuntirya ng most companies. How to regain that enthusiasm, no?
Yeah.
That joy, that motivation. So yun
Yeah, to
na,
ignite,
unang-una,
no?
ina-address yun yung mindset natin, mental well-being. So kasi yun din ang nawawala, Cavs. So kaya nga iba, makita mo. And surprisingly also, there were several cases of anxiety problem. No?
Yes.
And why it happened? Very easy to understand that because we all came from sad experience, death from family members due to COVID, isolation, and some also the relatives they were uh, empathetic to having their relatives losing their jobs due to business closure. So yun ang nakita, Kabs. Kaya nga ito still the conduct of these activities, Kabs, are also done hybrid. There are events that are done face to face, and there are also events that are done virtually, but
Mm-hmm.
still interactive and promoting joy, camaraderie, and even interaction from virtually. So it's a
Mm-mm.
matter of how the initiatives are done, the
Mm-mm.
manner of these initiatives are performed in
Yeah.
order to promote still that work-life balance comes.
Yeah. I ano, gusto ko yung sinabi mo na word, Cubs, na yung ano, yung to really no parang to promote. Kasi meron tayong mga kasama, Cubs, na mahiyain. Right? Di ba? Mahiyain na sa personal. Lalo na siguro kung virtual, no? Paano sila ano, no? Paano sila kayo mag-interact?
Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah.
So, really, the
So,
design is very important, no? The design of the program, no? The activity, no? Na, ano, na makalabas, no? Ma-unleash yung ano talaga ng tao. Kasi, yun na nga, no? Marami ngayong challenges that's, ano, going on, no? In the lives of people. So, very important yung mga facilitators to really know, no? Sino yung
yes.
mga tahimik dyan. Kailangan,
Yeah,
ano,
in our case also, no, when I presented this to my colleagues in the executive department, so they were really supportive, no, of this action. We need to because in due time we will be transferring our own office, new office, no, near the
oh,
wharf. Then everyone was already agreeable na they need to change to redesign the office arrangement
yes.
to address these concerns also, which I was so happy because
Mm-mm.
we are also aligned with the entire world na to address the mental health and
Yes.
wellness of our people. Because
Yeah.
Cubs, I can understand some of the comments when that particular rearrangement of office designs, because when you came from isolation and you know that you need some affirmation, motivation. No, the new office arrangement actually is very much nearing to that sense of belongingness, no? Kasi
Yes.
the time, iba, wala kang makausap in person, but the moment that you face each other while working would create a different impact,
Yeah.
Cabs, no? Wow. Because isa din itong ina-address, no, for employee experience na dapat you should the sense of belongingness should be sustained by the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, when you work face to face, so yun, nawawala yung isolation, yung mga stigma
Yeah.
doon. And that sense of belongingness, so even facing physically, face to face, doing things, so would really, and even some had shared to us during the conference na it really spelled the difference. And
Mm.
parang
And siguro comes
nag-iba,
no,
nag-evolve.
even in ano ngayon siguro mga tasks no dapat work in team siguro talaga. Dapat involve
Yes,
yung team, yung mga pwedeng individual lang noon ngayon, no? There should be a deliberate effort on the part of stewards or leadership to really involve the team, di ba?
yes,
Oo.
Caps.
Para
Kasi,
maano,
the employee experience initiatives are led towards killing that stigma of isolation, Caps. No,
yes.
from
So,
depression, anxiety. Kaya nga, we need to interact, no, in hybrid. So face
yes.
to face, even in virtual. Kaya nga,
Mm-mm.
we have this the usual kumustahan via virtual. No?
Yes.
Yun, ginagawa pa rin ng how are you? Even we are far from each other within Mindanao. So still, the connection is still there. Even we have made some group chat. Kumusta? No, how are you doing? So what are you doing right now? So everyone is updated. So in that sense, no,
Yeah.
you're still connected to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So that's initiative comes na to do away with that isolation,
Yeah.
from individualism. So ganun yung
Okay.
Cavs.
Meron dito nag-comment, Cubs. Kilala mo to eh. GT ang ano niya. Yan, no?
Hey, Cavs, where are you?
Si Tirada diha.
Yeah.
Sabi
And
niya,
I agree with that. No?
yeah.
I'd like to expound what his comment is all about. No? Engagement equals involvement. Because when you are isolated, so you keep yourself away from the group, and not only away from the group, but you are also parang isolating from your friends, from your
Yeah.
office mates. And that is why the desire or for this hybrid platform is really, to maintain that, involvement, sense of
Yeah.
belongingness. So yun ang tama. Thank you for your comment, Cabs Jerry, no? And that
Yeah.
is already the payment of your absence here.
Yeah. Sabi niya, just abot daw. Just abot. Di ko maintindihan yung just abot eh.
He just arrived.
Oo.
You
Mayroon
still
pa
have
siyang
15
pinahabol.
minutes.
May pahabol pa. Oo. Kita mo talaga, no? Thank you, Cubs Jernino, for being involved. Kita mo? Kahit nawala siya dito, but he's involved. Sabi niya, social being equals social media. Wow.
Yeah.
Ha?
Yes, Cabs. So
Mm-hmm.
another thing also, Cabs, why the design of that rearrangement, no, or innovation in the work setting, no, because one of the things though that is being promoted is this psychological safety, no. So
Yeah.
everyone should be given the opportunity to share, to air out his feelings, his observations. This time, especially in this hybrid platform environment, no.
Yeah.
Because for a fact when you were isolated, so sometimes you just keep it to yourself kung ano yung mga problema. And this time around, the psychological safety is being promoted because you know what? When there exists psychological safety cards, so there also the innovation comes out. So related yung lahat. Kasi for for a person or for an employee coming from isolation, from
Mm-mm.
pandemic, and upon reporting his office when he is not fully free to share, to air out his side, so it will only aggravate his situation. And the more that the innovation cannot also exist, no? When you have that, kaya nga, ini-emphasize doon during our conference that for leaders, no, just be very sensitive to put in place to keep to sustain that psychological safety from among the workforce because that is badly needed, especially this time and the people needs the promotion of the well-being. So everyone must get to share his piece, to freely share his ideas, because in the benefit of that will be innovation from
Yeah.
among the place. Yes, Carlos.
Okay. Sabi ni Coach Jerry, no? Parang, ano siya, English-Tagalog, oh. Avoca creates anxiety kasi. Alam mo,
Wow!
Coach, ikaw
Ikaw,
nagsabi nito,
hayong
hindi,
English,
matatawa ako
no?
sa'yo.
And Tagalog.
And may
Oh,
pahabol pa siya.
yeah.
Empathy equals psychological safety. Wow.
Yes, Kaks.
Okay.
Oh, kasi when
Oh,
you promote psychological safety, you begin to understand, to welcome personal issues freely, no? So that will only require empathy. No, thank you for
yes.
that idea, Coach Jerry. No, so that is already the payment of your absence here.
Yeah.
Justifies your absence here for that good idea. So thank you
Yeah.
for that. So kaya ka, so yun na. So it's not, as I said to you before, so when one CEO was congratulated and was for the success of this company, even reaching good returns or profits in the midst of pandemic. So many were so curious on how did he run his organization, no? And how much decision was he giving in the course of achieving that profit, no? And we were we were somehow some would not believe, but most also were amazed because he said to us that I only gave 10% of my decision. Whoa! Everyone was surprised, no? Because
Yeah.
you know, he told us that, well, at the time of pandemic, it's not your voice that matters, it's the voice of your people. And that
Yes.
till this
Agree.
time he sustained that, no, and he was so sensitive about psychological safety. So he assured that everyone should have a peace for his mind. So he should share, should freely give his piece, no, in all discussions in achieving decisions for the organization. So
Yeah.
that is why it's really important this time.
Mm-mm.
Cubs.
Kaya I believe, no, the HR role right now becomes very important. Di ba?
Yes,
Okay,
Cubs. Yeah.
as stewards of the company and even leaders, no, whatever the position, or if you're having a direct reports or no, a position mo is something no overseer of a responsibility, no. Abs Alex is saying that we should be very sensitive enough, no, to see or to really take the initiative to engage people. No, wag nating hintayin na sila ang mauna, no? It's our responsibility to empower them, meaning natin sila, ipo-push natin yung button nila. Activate natin sila kasi yun na nga, the effects of the pandemic, no, people are hiding, no?
Yeah.
Nagtatago ngayon. So is as a leader, is our responsibility to help them, no,
Yes,
to
Cubs.
open to back to the open, back to the open.
Again, I would like to pick up the comment of Cubs Jerry,
Mm.
no, that well, really the VUCA has created anxiety,
Yeah.
no, has created some fear from among the workforce because
Yes.
that change which aggravates the VUCA other than the pandemic
Yes.
are leading to that concern also, no. That is
Mm.
why during the conference in Singapore, so one of the things that were expounded was to promote that idea of trust, no, trust. because in the hybrid platform, trust is very important. So
Mm,
again, there can be no hybrid platform uh, uh, which will sustain. So without that trust, and
mm,
again to address that concern on anxiety, again, no, it's a matter of assurance and good communication between and among the leaders and the workforce. Because
mm.
through communication, all other concerns, problems can be addressed freely, no? Through communication, good and effective communication. Then, other than that, also that in the midst of that concern, anxiety, so it is also being suggested, no, recommended that each of the workforce, member of the workforce, should find his purpose and meaning towards sustaining his role in the entire industry or the company. Because
Yeah.
through only by discovering your purpose and meaning, no, all other concerns, all other anxieties can lose their
Parang
foundation.
bumalik
Yes.
tayo sa ano sa philosophy
Yes,
natin na man search for meaning.
yes, Cats, because there is no other way that we can be enslaved by fear.
Yeah.
So by other than finding your
Finding
meaning towards that purpose, no,
yeah.
and why this pandemic took place, so there's a meaning to that, and we cannot be enslaved by the pandemic,
Yeah.
but
Agree.
rather the pandemic will elevate us to a different level of learning, no, learning and making some improvement to our lives, no, especially in our works that we are doing day by day.
Okay, meron akong pick upin ko tong dalawang message ng dalawang ano natin, mga big brothers. Unahin natin
Yeah.
Cubs Jerry. Sabi niya, team building allows people to bond, thereby promoting well-being that may psychological safety versus werla. Yan, no?
Yes.
We're in fact, no? Team-based daw for Team Bayayong. Very, ano, no? Very, yun nga, busy-busy tayo ang team ngayon, no? Conducting team buildings. No? Kasi yun na nga, no? People need to really, connect, no? Connect, refresh, recalibrate, no? Para to really create that opportunity to bond with other people. Okay, and sabi ni Cubs Dino, Cubs, in relation to what you're saying kanina, coffee setup, Cubs, sa mga multinational companies, open space na. No compartment na cause it's against
Yeah.
discrimination. Yeah,
Yeah.
tama.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you, Cubs Dino.
confirmation, Coach Dino. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, Coach Dino. Thank you for that. It's really a
Mm-hmm.
confirmation, not only based on my observation and even believing to that goal, no. So yun nga, team building is somehow to parang loosen up, no, loosen up all the anxiety and even leading to that direction of sense of belongingness,
Yes.
motivation, inspiration once again. So yun
No.
ang nawawala ang enthusiasm, no?
Kasi Cubs, no,
Nothing.
meron na tayong mahinanlil na no, sa team natin ng mga team building. Alam mo, ang objective na tanungin mo, sir, anong objective natin? Sir, walang stress. Ang hirap naman magano ng walang stress. Ano? Paano
No.
naman kasi may activity ka, may papagawa, di ba? Sir, ayaw namin ng stress. Imagine, di ba? People are really, no, yung word na walang stress. No, it's a very powerful word to show that people would really want, no, to, tawag nito para bang to unleash, to unlock, di ba? To free themselves, no, from that, routinary work. No, routinary work, no. Kaya nga kami as team building facilitators, mga leaders, pag may mga na-engage kami, we really want na para bang ang format namin is disconnect to connect. 'Di ba? Parang
Yes.
ayaw, no, wag na natin gamitin yung muna mga gadget kasi it's being used at work. So when we come to nature, let's one with nature. Parang gano'n, no. So very important din 'yan para to really create that opportunity to to connect with each other, no, to connect with each other.
Yeah. And other than that also, aside from the team building, so it is very relevant and important also that there should be a follow-through activities na.
Yes,
Because
agree.
team building is not a one-time activity.
Yeah.
If you want to have a sustainable parang
Mm.
mental wellness, no, activity that will address the well-being of each individual, so it should not be a one-time activity. There should be additional, there should be a sustainable
Yeah,
activities in the form
agree
of
ka.
virtual, and that is very
Yeah.
very critical, no, in a hybrid platform.
Yeah. Oo, kasi kanina, Coach Jerry went dito sa bahay and akala mo, swak na swak yung sinabi. Yan na pinag-usapan namin, no, that we should create a program, no, after the big bang, yung mga team building activities, dapat may follow-through talaga. No,
Yes,
may
Cubs.
talaga virtual
Yes, Cubs.
activities talaga to sustain and no, to align, di ba? To align lang doon sa mga nangyayari. Kaya tama, Cubs, yun ang pinag-usapan namin kanina ni Coach Jerry. Okay, sabi ni Doc
Kasi,
Arwin, no, referring to negative stress.
yes, Doc Arwin, agree on that. Agree on that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yun yung ina-address talaga, no, for every team building. Kaya nga, as I read this morning also from a good interview from my, I think she was my colleague before in 2018 for the PMAP National. So she said to me that we should do away from our traditional activity on team building. It should not be a one-time event, but uh, adhering to the hybrid platform. So the virtual activity should enhance, should be aligned to the team building also, in order
Yeah.
that enthusiasm, in order that the sense of belongingness, motivation from among the workforce will be sustained. No?
Yeah.
So yun ang bagong mood ngayon, no? Because normally team building is just a one-time activity and after that wala na. So no
Mm-mm.
more follow-up. So parang
Agree.
yung motivation mo is motivation na dapat one day lang din. It's not.
Kaya nga
It
sa
should be
mga proposal
sustainable.
natin, sa mga proposal, we do use, no, mayroon kami mga follow-through activities. No, nilalagay talaga namin yan because that's how we see. No, we see organization as a whole, no. Hindi lang
Yeah.
kami yung yung nakita namin is yung one-time event. May ganda sinabi ni Cubs Dino, no, Cubs Dino, Di
Yeah.
Guzman, no, Dino Guzman. Sabi niya, Cubs, team building, Cubs, is an edu entertainment. Yan o, ganda. Edu
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah,
Wow.
education.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. I agree to that. No, that is also one purpose of conducting team building. No, it's
Mm-mm.
to entertain at the same time. Sabi ni Doc Arwin kanina, so to drive away the negative stress.
Yes,
No,
yes.
because stress, even without having a work, there is still stress.
Yes.
Yung mga tanbay, di ba? May stress din sila. So
Oo.
how much more for the workers, the workforce?
Sabi niya,
So
sharing team building exercises at home that should be take advantage sana during the pandemic. Yan, maganda to, no?
yeah,
Involving
yeah,
family members. Baka sa
yes,
mga next session namin, Doc, i-take
yeah,
namin to, no? As mga team building
yeah.
facilitators, no?
Yes, Doc
Ah,
Arwin, that's good. Thank you for
mm.
that idea
Thank you,
also,
Doc.
no? Because
Thank you for that. No, ano yung
yeah,
mga pwedeng gawin sa mga bahay, no?
yeah,
Kasi madalas doon, mga laro, Scrabble, di ba? Mga chess, kaya wala na eh. All in the ano na, gadget na daw.
cellphone, gadget.
Oo, cellphone na lahat eh.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
So maganda
Okay.
yan, Doc. Nay, Cubs, Alex, parang ano na pala. Niring to ano na tayo, Cubs. Close muna
Yeah,
tayo, Cubs. No, close.
yeah. Kulang ang time, no?
Kulang. Ang ganda.
Yeah.
Oh, go, Cubs,
Okay,
Alex.
so yeah. So I would like also to acknowledge na those uh, are giving their comments, no, which are also enhancing our discussion here, are giving more inspiration, no, from our
Yep.
discussion, especially on our topic, the benefit of keeping the hybrid platform in learning and training activities.
Mm-mm.
Because whether we like it or not, no, I must accept, no, from the very beginning, I'm so biased of having a hybrid platform because I was parang traditionalist, no, na well, everything can be better when done face to face, when done physically.
Yeah.
However, no, we have to realize also that there are things that are beyond our control, but those things also can become our avenue or opportunity for us to learn in a different way. And that is what hybrid platform is all about.
Yes.
So most companies right now, Southeast Asia, even in the time when I attended in Singapore, was telling me that no, hybrid platform is here to stay. And I was amazed also that all of a sudden we from the time that we think that DepEd will be going face to face, but it's not that. So there are certain days that we still maintain the virtual learning. So that is
Yeah.
actually an indication that hybrid platform is still being upheld, no, until this time. And that is why it's us for us as HR stewards to look into these things, uh, whether or not this will be applicable to us. But the our situation tells us that there is no other way to sustain our business and our interaction, our learning, other than hybrid platform.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you,
for
Coach
the time,
Alex.
for
No, thank
listening.
you for although sa mga nag-participate, no, si Yan, sabi na simple games, assigning each family member kahit
Yeah.
once a week, no. Noted, Coach Doc, and sabi ni Caps Dino, thank you mga sa sharing mga Caps. Thank you din
Thank you
sa lahat
also
na
for your
nag-participate,
thoughts.
no, sa mga
Yes.
ano pa, and yeah, no, sabi ni Caps Alex that hybrid is here to stay. So as leaders right now, I believe, no, na this is a learning process. So let's learn and learn and relearn, no, along the way.
Yes. That's it.
Okay, so again, I would like to invite you tomorrow, no, for another, ano naman namin, kami ni no, Coach Senas tomorrow will be our session on the Choose Family Tuesday, how to make blended education, no, connection pa rin tayo, work for you and your child, especially ngayon, na ano na, di ba, pasok ka na. So dapat, no, meron tayong mga hacks and tips dyan, no, na dapat nating sundin. Coach Alex, thank you very much again, no, for a very
Thank you.
fruitful,
Thank
no,
you for
evening with
listening.
you. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Thank
no,
you.
Coach Senas, happy trip, no? Pauwi na siya, no, from out of the country. Okay, God bless you. Thank you very much, everyone. No, thank you very much. God bless us all.
Good night.